Hello, today is October 1st, 2024, and I have the pleasure, as an interviewer, Ruth Brenner, to speak with Stella Wright and Kathleen Weiderspon Claus, and we're here on the 717 Elm Street in Windsor that used to be part of the country until that time, and we'll speak and learn more about that. So each of you give me your full name so we know who you are. If you want to tell us your age, you can.
I'm Stella Wright. I'm 80 years old.
Well done.
And I've lived here on this property next door to 717 Elm for, I don't know, since 1967.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen lots of changes.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Weiderspon Claus, and my parents, John Weiderspon and Molly, came into Windsor off the farm in the early 60s here on Elm Street. This place was in the country. In the middle of the street, on the north side, you were in town. On the south side, you were out in the country. So my dad had cattle here first. He brought cattle in from the farm, which they retired from. And that farm was north of King Soopers. So that's been a long time ago. So Daddy had cattle in here, oh my goodness, until probably after the cattle were here, I would say they were probably in 1965, 66, the sheep came in.
Okay.
And Mom and Dad had sheep. Daddy was grandfathered in with the animals. When he passed away, December the 5th, in 1976, that deceased. That was no longer.
No, they couldn't have the sheep.
No,
or
we
the
couldn't
cattle.
have the sheep anymore, and Mama had to get rid of them. But the mother sheep, Daddy had a bell on her, and when that mother sheep called them, they followed her. And they followed her. And if you ever get to the Bank of Colorado, or that book that's about Windsor history,
Yeah, but Rachel Klein
you will
wrote.
find my dad in his pickup with the sheep going down Main Street in Windsor. Down Main Street, going east to go out on the farms to clean up the corn and the hay and whatever they wanted to eat.
What time of the year did they usually move the sheep?
Oh, in the fall.
In the fall,
Because,
about
yeah,
now,
because the
after
corn
harvest.
was down.
Sugar beets.
And the sugar beets, and yeah, in the fall.
Did he have any trouble moving those through town?
Oh yeah, a lot of trouble. I don't even want to get into that. That's a history all itself, but it's a good history because Daddy took the sheep right through Windsor, right through Main Street.
Yeah.
And they went out on the farms and cleaned up the fields.
Who was mayor at that time?
Ken Henschke.
Ken Henschke.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It might have been legal. Might have been on the books if it couldn't enforce it.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
When we moved here, the sheep were back there in the corral, and John would back up his pickup in the alleyway or driveway, whatever that access is, and he had usually a load of hay or straw or something on the back of it, and he and the lead sheep would pull out, and the other sheep would come along
Follow.
down the driveway. And at one time, my husband, wish he was here, but he went down on Highway 34, and they stopped traffic on Highway 34 to take the sheep across Highway 34. It wasn't near as busy now, but
Wow.
there were a few of those events where my husband helped.
Helped him. Partner in crime. Huh?
Well, it wasn't exactly a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know that they...
I don't know if they ever did that as a, yeah. I
Didn't know, but a
that's good
partner
one.
in doing things the way it was done and the way
Yes,
it worked,
yes.
which is a lot to be said for that. So, how did your parents go around about getting a subdivision or, developing this side of the street?
Oh, I don't remember all of that, but the Abbotts lived on the east side of Mom and Dad's house, And there was a time when I don't know how that subdivision finally got started, but I do know that Dad was home. I mean, he was homebound with that, and he had that as long as he was alive. But that subdivision probably came into effect, what, in the 70s?
I can remember it, and it had to do with the sewer.
Okay, sure. Because you probably, yeah.
The sewer line had to go from their house
East.
across east over to 7th Street.
Yeah.
That's what makes you part of town, huh?
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, if you'd look out the bathroom window of this house over here on Elm Street, that sewer line went straight over to 7th Street.
Okay. And that's how they connected. So when you moved in, was this house, you said an old schoolhouse? We'll go and take pictures of the house because I'm sure everybody will be
I
curious.
had heard at one time that it was a schoolhouse.
Okay.
I don't have all of that history on
Okay.
that. So, and Abbott's, Roy and Dorothy Abbott lived in that house.
Is that 719? Would that be
I don't know about that address. I
The
don't know.
numbers go
What address?
715 maybe?
715, it goes the other way.
I think
Okay.
so.
But it's next door.
Well, at one time, Peggy and Gail Sharman lived there, and then Dr. Bradley lived there, and then,
the most present owner,
yeah, the present owner of that place is,
Mark Ludi,
yeah, Mark Ludi lives there
and
now.
he's an artist and loves the house and loves to hear about the neighborhood. He's the one curious, so we'll make sure he watches the video.
Yeah, he does a great job. He's got beautiful pictures.
When we moved here, we had to annex to the sewer as well, and our line goes south, and it's into this subdivision behind us, whatever it is.
The one that's on Locust Street between 7th and
Yes.
9th or so.
Yes,
Okay.
and we had to buy water, and I say give to the city, but in order to be a part of the city, we had to buy water for the city.
So did you build your house
No.
still? No. It was here.
built in, I believe, 1922 and remodeled maybe in the 50s.
Okay. So that'd be curious to see how it was tied into.
Well, at one time, I think we heard these two houses, the Weiderspoon and us, were part of probably the Abbott's farm area,
Okay.
and these were houses for workers.
Okay.
And is that right?
Yeah, and all of that was the harvest corn. I mean, it was farming.
It was farming.
It was farming.
Farming. The edge of town. The edge of town.
The edge of town.
And when we moved here, there was horses to the south and to the west.
So when you bought the house and moved in, was there still a leach field, or did you have to?
There was a leach field, yes.
Yeah, because that's what they had. Because you have enough. How many acres did you have? Did you have enough land for that, or?
Well, it was already here.
So that's why. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's to get on the city sewer. We had to do what they ask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you had-
Kathleen, you never lived in this house. You lived in the
No.
house on the farm
well,
on
no,
County Road 15, or
when Mom and Dad were here, I was up on 6th Street already. Up by
Okay,
the
you were-
lake, where I still am. 66 years. So, yeah, that's where my
Okay.
husband Robert and I.
So
got
you
the
seen lots of changes now across the street from you. Those were older houses. I know that I interviewed some of the little old German Russian Mrs. Winder that lived there, and
Well, if people will remember Harold and Irma Weimaster,
yeah, I'm gonna go show
they
their house.
lived in that little gray house, right, where that first car is sitting there. That's where Harold and Irma Weimaster lived. And he was the rural carrier of Windsor. And when Harold took vacation or couldn't work and take the mail route out in the country, I did it. I worked for the post office.
Oh, when I laughed and made this
Oh,
camera
and
out
we-
of focus.
Yep, we had Harold had his car and I had my car, but I only did it when Harold couldn't do it.
When Harold.
I was a substitute rail carrier.
So
not
how
rail
did you
carrier.
drive? Did you have a special stick so you could drive on and get up to the mailboxes and drive on the one
Just your
side?
car.
Okay. So, wow.
That's what he had
Mhm.
with his own car.
He
Was
just
his
had
own
his own
car?
car. It wasn't one with the driver
Right.
No. It was your own car.
on the right side.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your parents, Kathleen, lived how long in this house then? Would you say?
Let's see. Daddy passed away in '76.
And your mom?
He was only 64 years old, and my mom lived until she was 96, but she had been in the assisted care here in town at the Wright House for 4 years, and then in the nursing home here for 1 year. So she
Okay.
was out of here 5 years before.
So
And
what is the
then-
little book you have here?
Oh, that's my little book, my treasure book,
Okay.
that I'm going to keep forever till I'm not here anymore.
So it shows what? It
It
shows
shows
you can hold
way back the history.
It's a county abstract.
Yeah,
a
it's an
county
abstract.
abstract. Wow.
Yeah.
So what are
And-
some of the biggest changes that you've seen, both of you or either of you, on this street or within this part of town that people may not be aware of?
Oh my gosh, all the farming areas going to building houses. Houses or apartments all over. We lived in 3 different places, and every one of them, they're building them up in houses. I don't know where people are coming from. I don't know, how long is this going to go on?
Well, it will. The world's growing. So what about on Elm Street going between 8th and 9th? Do you remember any of the development of that, Stella? Or Okay.
Well, there was some there.
Yeah, probably started maybe 69, 70. I remember we had a big rain, and they had excavated a lot of the land south and west of us, and it kind of goes downhill a little bit, so the floodwaters came down here and pooled in the Weiderspoon's yard and all the way down to 7th. That was the start of the building.
Okay.
Windsor Mayor,
Mayor Miller, yeah.
maybe.
Was it, or was there Miller? a mayor
Well,
before
Wayne
that?
Miller's house was in there.
Which
and,
one? Yes, at the end before he built his house on 10th Street.
And there was a Maury that was right on the corner.
on
And
10th
Martin's.
Street.
Martin's.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the fire department came and used the Martin house for practice, I guess you might say. It was set afire, and the fire department fought it
Okay, because
for
they knew
practice.
that. So
Yeah.
where was that house?
At the corner down here, south side of the street, straight
Okay.
west of us,
in-
to a
yeah,
block, basically, southeast corner.
yeah, of Elm Street. I know which house that is. So, okay, because when I moved here, it was 74. It was the Bethel Lutheran Parsonage that my parents lived in, which is 819 Elm. And
Right.
at that time, churches had parsonages
Yes.
that pastors lived in, and they used to have the one on Walnut, and then moved over and built this one. So that's where I heard the first sheep that have made me curious for many years now. 50 years I've been curious. So thank you very much, ladies.
Well, and when he took them to the fields, whether it be corn or sheep or whatever, there was a sheep herder
Okay.
at,
Oh, yes.
at those fields to take care of the sheep and doctor them.
Did he sleep in a caravan wagon?
Well,
or-
he was in a wagon, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad could speak English, German, Spanish, and Basque. He learned to speak Basque from the sheep herders.
Wow. Wow. What a great story.
And they
Well-
used to come in, and Mom would cook for them, when they would have a chance. But very nice people, weren't they? They were very nice folks.
Yeah. So what brought you, Stella, to Windsor? If you weren't born? born here?
We lived in Eaton. Jim got a job at Woodward Governor in Fort Collins.
Okay.
And we wanted to buy a house, so we came over this way looking. We didn't want to be in big city, Fort Collins. And so we were looking around, and we ran into this guy named Jake Schmidt.
Okay.
And he says, I know just the house for you. And he brought us here. And come to find out, Jake was Molly's brother.
Which we will be talking about when we get to the community cold storage.
That's
store.
where we're going next. We better save our battery and our memory cards. But is there any other memories you want to show me before we kind of peek around back where the pens used to be and people can see how deep the lot was? And
No, I don't think so. It's an acre. The whole thing is.
that's good to know. It was a whole acre. And do you remember how big your lot was, Stella?
Jim would correct me, I know, but probably 2/3 maybe.
Okay. Quarter, 2/3. Yeah.
I
It's hard
could
to know.
look
Yeah.
definitely for some
But
of that
definitely not the
information.
size they make lots now. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh yeah,
No.
definitely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, and we'll go peek around if you want to walk with us, or
Can you go?
otherwise, we'll just turn off the camera and be right back.